Here is the ultimate A to Z of decluttering. Hello, my name's Rachel. I do videos about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year, and today we're going to go through lots of different terminology and ideas around decluttering and minimalism by doing an A to Z of decluttering. So I'm literally going to go through the alphabet with lots of key words, key ideas to talk through and explain to you a little bit more about decluttering and how it can benefit you and impact your life, and some key strategies and tips also. There's a lot to get through, so let's get started straight away with A. A is for assess each item. It's really important that you are taking your time and thinking really clearly about whether or not you want to keep an item or not. Decide carefully whether or not it's going to add something to your life, if it's purposeful, if it's going to be utilised, or if it's not going to serve a purpose for you. So assessing each item is really key in order to get a thorough decluttering process underway, because you want to make sure that you are not having to go back round your home decluttering again on items that you were not really thinking carefully about. So make sure you really think about how you use the item, its purpose, and whether or not you're going to utilise it. B is for boxes. You want 4 boxes, one for keep, donate, sell and trash, so that you can easily compartmentalise each item as you decide upon them, so that you're not having to then have another session of tidying when you've finished the decluttering, because you've already decided what is happening with each pile. So your box for donations can easily be picked up and then put in your car and taken to a charity shop. With the trash items, you're able to put them either in a box, or you could put it straight into a bin bag and then you can put it straight in the bin outside. For items that you're going to keep, that box you're then going to empty and put back in the unit or area that you are working in, and those items that you're going to sell, you've got a nice contained space for them to be stored whilst you list them on different selling sites to be able to get rid of them. C is for capsule wardrobe. One way that you can really help the decluttering process is by fine-tuning your wardrobe and get rid of any non-essentials in there and just reduce down the amount that you wear, because the chances are you're probably only wearing about 20% of your wardrobe and 80% of it is sat there unloved, unused, unworn. And it's about narrowing down to that 20% and really keeping your core style, your core colour combination, your colour palette, and being able to choose items quickly because they're easily mix and match. So I've got some videos about decluttering your wardrobe that I can share with you, but creating a capsule wardrobe is going to really help you to save time and energy. And once you have all your key pieces, it means that you're not then really spending much money on your wardrobe, and it will help save some costs. D is for Declutter Buddy. This is a great way to get motivated and to keep yourself accountable, is by having a friend or family member to be your declutter buddy. They are somebody that you can share some before and after pictures of the different areas that you've been working on, and they will help motivate you and say how well you're doing and encourage you. And there might also be a really good sounding board for some of those items that you're just not sure about. They might be able to put in a different point of view to help you reassess a bit more clearly to decide whether or not you want to keep something or not. E is for essentials only. You want to make sure that as you're decluttering, you're only keeping the really important things to you. So all the essential items you need to keep, and anything that is a non-essential, you really need to question whether or not it's worth keeping in your home, in your life, and whether or not it's really serving a purpose. F is for frequently declutter. You need to declutter regularly to keep on top of things. It is probably not surprising to hear that actually we accumulate a lot of stuff in a very short space of time. Anytime you go shopping, you go out into town, anytime you go to a supermarket, anytime you get post in the mail, anytime you order things online, it doesn't take long for extra stuff to come into your home, so it's important that you're regularly decluttering. And I obviously share my little acts of decluttering on a daily basis on my social media channels. If that's a way that you want to keep on top of things, I try and cover a range of different areas around the home each month, and I have a free PDF download on my website declutteryourlife.co.uk, so you can tick things off as you go. Regular decluttering is going to really help you keep on top of the clutter. G is for gizmos. Go through any small appliances that are kind of gadgets, gizmos that are kind of trendy, and decide whether or not you really need to keep them. Do you still have a sandwich maker, a toasty maker? Do you need it? Is it serving a purpose? Are you using it enough to warrant keeping it? Chances are there's lots of small appliances that you're not really using. Have you upgraded your coffee machine? Have you got an old one still going in the cupboard that you could declutter, you could sell or donate them? Think about any gadgets or gizmos or small appliances that you could declutter. H is for hangers the wrong way round. This is a great way to declutter your wardrobe if you're not sure where to start. Turn all the hangers so that they are the wrong way, and then after a period of time of your choosing, maybe 3 months, 6 months, a year, anything that you have not worn, and when you wear an item and put it back, you put it back on the hanger the right way, and that will help you identify which items of clothing you are wearing in this period of time and which items you are not. So it'll help you to visualise that 20% capsule wardrobe that you're probably using and knowing which items that you're not reaching for. I is for invest time in decluttering. It's really important that you are scheduling some time, maybe block out time specifically every day or once a week, so that you know that you've got some dedicated declutter time. It doesn't have to be big chunks of time, it doesn't have to be a whole day. It could be that you do 5-10 minutes a day and that is it. It's about just blocking out time to do it. You need to invest your time into decluttering to be able to get your home in a situation that you want it to be in. J is for joy. If the item that you are thinking about decluttering sparks joy, then it's a keeper. It's one of those easy questions. It's come from Marie Kondo, The Magic of Tidying, and it's all about, does the item spark joy for you? Does it make you feel good, make you happy? If it does, then absolutely it's worth keeping. But thinking about filling your home with all the things that you really love and getting rid of all the things that you are not enjoying that don't make you happy. K is for keep surfaces clear. On a regular basis, find a surface that you can clear and put everything back into its home so that you have a calmer space around your home. So there are different spaces you could do. You could do windowsills, you could clear the coffee table, the kitchen side, the dining table, the bedside cabinet, the dressing table, the desk. There are lots of different surfaces on top of furniture that you can be clearing on a regular basis, so keep trying to make sure that they are clear of clutter. L is for little acts of decluttering. It is the easiest way to keep on top of decluttering is by doing little acts of decluttering on a daily basis, so don't forget to check that out. And there is more details on various different videos that I have shared about how to be successful with the little acts of decluttering. And it's just about making sure that you're keeping on top of the different decluttering areas within your home. The key here is that you're making it a daily habit, and that's what you want. That's the aim. The idea is that you're regularly decluttering your home. M is for minimalist. A minimalist is somebody that has decluttered lots of items from their home so that they only have a small amount left, and that is enough for them to feel happy, for them to have what they need to survive in everyday life and to be able to enjoy their life. It doesn't mean that they have nothing. It doesn't mean that they are not able to enjoy their daily life. It's just about having a home that's got all the things that you love, but not lots of excess that you are not really needing. So it's about reducing down your amount of items within your home. And the amount is absolutely defined by what you need and what you want to keep. N is for no. Say no to free stuff that you are being offered. Often it's going to be stuff that you don't really need. Say no to piles of clothes in your bedroom or to piles of things on the floor. You do not want those things. Be careful about what you say yes to. You're aiming to set some really high standards here of what you want your home to look like, so saying no is going to help you maintain those high standards. O is for organise. You need to have really simple and straightforward systems to organise your home. Don't overcomplicate it with lots of different trays, different colours, etc. Keep it really simple so that it's a straightforward system that is going to help you maintain the visual clutter in your home. P is for podcasts. There are some amazing podcasts about minimalism that you should definitely check out that will give you lots more detail about different areas of minimalism and about other people's thoughts and feelings regarding it, so that you get a bit more of a perspective on different points of view. So you could look at the Minimalist, there's the Minimalist Mum podcast, there's also the Home Edits podcast, which is Best Friend Energy. They talk about clutter, as well as like other kind of lighter things. It's just about putting it in a wider conversation about clutter and minimalism. Q is for questions. You want to ask yourself some key questions when you're decluttering. I have got a video about decluttering and the questions that you should be asking, but basically, is it serving a purpose? Are you utilising it? Does it make you happy? Do you need it? There are so many questions that you could be asking, but ask those questions to yourself to help you make those decisions about those items. It will help you to think a little bit more deeper about whether or not you need to keep them or not. R is for remove items quickly. Any items that you have decided to donate or sell, you want to try and remove from your home as quickly as possible. Make sure that you have regularly allocated time to go to the charity shop to donate the items that you want to donate, and make sure that you are regularly listing items for sale and that you're keeping on top of it, and maybe give it a period of time, and if it's not sold after that time, then that is something that you would then donate, perhaps, instead of trying to sell. So be realistic and try and remove things from your home as quickly as possible, otherwise they are still clutter within your home. S is for sell. So there are lots of items within your home that you can potentially sell. There's clothing, there's devices, there's electronics. All these extra things are going to give you some extra income. You might want to sell some furniture as you start decluttering and you find that you need less furniture within your home because you're not really needing to store lots of things. So keep on top of getting rid of furniture as and when you are no longer using it. See if you can find any device or gadget that you're not using and see if you can sell it. T is for tidy as you go. Make sure that you're keeping on top of the visual clutter by making things tidy and a bit more organised, just so that it's a bit more visually appealing around your home. This is going to help with the kind of mental thought process of decluttering by making it visually appealing. Keeping your areas aesthetic to how you like it is really important. U is for use up products. This is a great way of decluttering without really wasting money. So if you've got loads of different shampoos and conditioners, can you try and use them up before you purchase anything new, so that you're getting rid of the back stock that you have, because we don't really need to be storing lots of products that we don't need to store. So they're regularly on offer and things like that. It's not necessary to stockpile all these things. So this can go for cleaning products, hair products. It can also be for food. So one way of saving money on a weekly shop is seeing how much food you've already have that you could use up, and then only buy any additional ingredients needed to make the meals with those items that you already have. V is for vision. You need to have a vision of what you are aiming for with your decluttering, how you want it to look, what you want it to look like, so that you know kind of what you're aiming for. Will help you to know when you have decluttered enough as well. So having that visualization of what you want things to be. Do you want it to look very basic? Do you want it to just still look cozy but with less stuff? Have an idea of what you're aiming for. Look through magazines or through different images on Google so that you can really get an idea of what it is you're aesthetically looking for. W is for wait for 30 days. This is when you're thinking about purchasing an item. Take your time to really decide if it's something that you really need, if it's the right price, if it's worth getting, if it's going to add something to your life. You need to know that it's the right decision, and waiting 30 days will help you know whether or not you still feel like you need it and that you want it, and whether or not it's worth getting. X is for expectations. You need to set some really high expectations of yourself and hold yourself accountable when you're decluttering. You can't go in there with low expectations and think that it's all going to magically happen without an awful lot of effort. You have to know that it's going to be difficult. There's going to be some difficult decisions, especially with sentimental items or certain categories perhaps, just because of the mental attachment that we have to things, as well as the monetary value that we place on things. and having some really high expectations that you're really going to consider whether or not you need it is really important to the process, because otherwise all that will happen is that you'll end up going back around your house and having to do it all the areas again because you didn't set high enough expectations on the first go round. So be really clear with yourself and with others that are participating in the decluttering as well, that you know what you're aiming for. Y is for yes or no. When you're trying to make decisions, if you know that you've got lots of items to deal with, saying yes or no to an item quite quickly is a really easy way of making some decisions. If you want a high traffic area dealt with, anything that you are kind of hesitant on or thinking maybe about, they are immediate items to keep because they are ones that you're clearly not ready to make a decision on. So don't put yourself through the complication of overthinking an item. Go yes or no. If you don't know, then it's a keep, and then you can just keep going through more items. Z is for zigzag. Try and avoid going from area to area whilst you're decluttering. You need to focus in on one area rather than starting in one area, going to another, then thinking about another. You want to just stay in that area, do whatever you can in that area to improve it, and then you want to look at moving on to another area. So I know that sometimes it can be tempting to think, well, I can't do this bit because I need to make room for something from here to go somewhere there, but I need to look at there. Just do the one section, get the bit that you need to go into another section, then once you have finished there, then take that item and then go to the other area that you need to look at and take out what you need there. It means that you're doing it in stages, and then it means that you can stop and start at different points because you're not then creating a whirlwind of different things happening. So there are the A to Z of decluttering and minimalism. Hopefully it helps you to understand it a little bit more and some different ideas of where to start and how to keep motivated when decluttering. Don't forget to leave a comment below if you have got any additional A to Z words that you think are important for people to know, and then we can talk about them in the comment section. I should be back for more videos on decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year. Take care, bye.